Uh, Well, computer is all booted up. Time to see what new news has come out for City of Titans. So just gonna type that in, and huh? Why would you look at that? Costume unlocks, as well as a new enemy type revealed. Hmm. I wonder what this is all about. Alright guys, Glitch here, back with another City of Titans related video. And so today, as you saw in my little intro stinger there, in my attempt to do something a little new and different, um, looks like there have been two new updates for City of Titans, both of which that were released within about a week or two of each other. And as you saw, they were on, one was about costume unlocks, and the other was about the Apkallu, an enemy faction that they of course just recently revealed. Now, I think the first thing I may start on is the costume unlocks. And where to begin with that? Well, to be honest, it's basically just saying the same thing I've said in previous videos. Costume unlocks are going to be handled pretty much as you would expect. There's going to be a lot of costumes that are going to be available for launch and in the character creator. These include everything from spandex to your casual clothing to armor pieces, and this even extends into NPC costume pieces, albeit these will be certain NPC costumes such as maybe masks and chest pieces and things of that nature, but not the entire NPC costume, so you can remake the character and run around as a clone of them. The costume unlocks also mention what I said previously about badges and achievements in another video, which should have in the link in the description box below, and that basically said the same thing. Certain costume unlocks will be bound to the character, meaning only that costume piece that you've unlocked will be available on that specific character that you got it on, and others will be account wide, so every character on your account can use that said costume piece or costume set. As well as costumes and visual effects and aesthetics and animations and such will be added to the in-game cash shop for you to purchase with your monthly stipend if you are a subscriber to the game when it will launch, and other things of that nature. The other major importance of the costume unlocks update was that it mentioned a feature that they are trying to implement for a way of budgeting yourself. There will be a way for you to the MWM, they're trying to implement a way for players to have a checklist for themselves and put a limit on themselves so they don't go over things like, let's say a player wants to put a $100 limit on themselves, so they don't wind up spending more than that much in City of Titans. Well, you will be allowed the ability to basically budget yourself and keep yourself from going over a set amount instead of being like me, for example, and probably spend maybe 20-40 bucks in an online video game and then get that bill in the mail saying, oh man, you spent this much money on your video game, and it's like, wow, I really could have used that $40 for something. But yeah, so I think that's actually a feature I'm looking forward to. This is actually something that was further confirmed by the business advisor for City of Titans. And so, yeah, I actually look forward to seeing that feature because I believe this is something players will actually take advantage of when they actually see it fully working and in their face. And I think it may definitely be. Now, I'm not saying Save Times is probably the originator or something like this. I'm pretty sure there's probably another game or two out there that have done the same thing, if not something remotely similar. But either way, to have something like this is actually really, really good, and I think it will be an interesting implement and feature to have in the game itself. As for the Apkallu, they, as I said, are an enemy faction of seamen and women that seek to reclaim their place as rulers of humanity. The update didn't give a lot about their background apart from that. They are a faction geared towards, seeking out the blood of kings and human civilians in Titan City, and not just in Titan City even, but in the world in general. So what the Apkallu basically do is they are now it's whether they are factions of the iconic Atlantis or something like Lemuria, whatever City of Titans has going on for their underwater sea kingdom. The Apkallu, they basically specialize in magics and physical combat and prowess and so on and so forth. They also use these magics to enhance their weapons, such as tridents, as well as spears and what other thing? Probably swords, even. I'm not sure. Basically, they use magics to enchant their power, not their powers, their weapons to allow them to go toe to toe with other superhumans that they may encounter on the surface world, or just people that dare threaten their underwater kingdom, which hasn't been revealed, I don't think. If I read the update fully through correctly into a T. The update also showed that players would be able to have access to this costume set and fully utilize things such as loincloths, fishnets, and organic fins and bracers and stuff that the Apkallu have equipped on their character as well. As for their description, they are pretty humanoid for the most part. While they may not have ears or noses and things, they still look remotely human for the most part. They have very tough masculine builds. This is, of course, probably more towards the fact that they are underwater creatures that have evolved and adapted to the crushing depths of the ocean. So it would make sense for them to have such build and musculature on them. It would only make sense after all. But yeah, in the slideshow, it should be coming up eventually. As for what should their costumes and their appearance should look like, uh, the update also showcased the ability to change the skin tone as well, not just from human skin colors, but also to more mundane ones such as blue, green, or a seafoam green, or purple, pink, all those crazy colors as well. The update also showcased tattoos for the first time, I think, and the ability to have the tattoos actually glow, which is actually something I've always loved about the character Aqualad in the TV show Young Justice, which is where he has these glowing tattoos, and they will glow with this light blue type of effect whenever he uses his powers. And that's something I've always wanted to have for a character myself, is to have glowing tattoos. And the fact that Save Titans is going to be having this, it actually screams something. I don't actually have that GIF that was linked in the latest update for the Apkallu in this slideshow because I couldn't get that GIF to work. But I do recommend to go check it out. I'll add those links in the description below as well. And yeah, I think that's about it as for the Apkallu. What else could I say about them? Yes, finally, this actually shows up here about time. But anyways, this is what the Apkallu look like up close. As you can see, they look pretty much like the standard aquatic themed character, I would suppose. They have very few clothing, they wear loincloths, shoulder pads, knee pads, and they have a trident, or in this case, a quindent, which is what I would assume is what? About maybe 8, 10, 12 pronged tridents. Yep, you have your fishnet top, your bracers, and your pit wings. I was about to say, yeah, you can't see it that well, but they actually do have these underarm type pit wings of some nature, the webbing to further make it look more aquatic. I would assume this also helps them swim a bit faster as well. I'm not sure if the Apkallu, if all of them have this by nature, or this is only specific members of the faction as well. But, yep, this is actually a very interesting look, excuse me, and design for how they should appear. As you can see here, yes, you can see what I meant by they have a somewhat human appearance. They lack ears and a nose, and from what I can tell, teeth. But yes, I can definitely see the similarities between human as well as Apkallu, and I can probably understand why they would want to seek out more people who have this blood of kings in them and use their magics to convert them and brainwash them to their side and expand their ranks. and I actually can't wait to run into this faction in game. Now, given that they showcase this, I would assume that this is probably a faction we could likely see at launch, if not later. I know this update actually had a lot of people on the forums very excited towards meeting them in game as well, and yes, yeah, it's actually it's really a head turner, I guess you could say. And this is an up close view at the tattoos as well. As you can see, they have a bunch of different geometrical shapes and carvings and linings to them. You can even make out some, I guess you would make out as grain and some kind of dirt, grimy looking material on the chest of the character model. But yes, as I said before, these tattoos also have the ability to glow. Uh, I don't think there's a large number of tattoos actually implemented into the system just yet. There is going to be more, of course, because you can't just be limited to like what, maybe 1, 2, 4, or 4 variations of tattoos. There's got to be a bunch more. Yep. What else do we have here? No, I actually think that's about it as far as my notes go. But yes, this is actually the Apkallu, and that was their character showcase, as it were. The ability to have basically everything that they have here. That's the Apkallu member on the left, and there's a human member on the right. And when I say member, I mean like humans can't. I don't think humans can actually be a part of their ranks without probably undergoing some sort of mutation of some sort to look somewhat like them. If that was the case, it'd be interesting to run across a man running around in a loincloth with a bunch of smelly fish people right beside him. But yeah, this is mostly a side-by-side comparison to show that what you see on the character model of the Apkallu actually can be transferred over onto a regular, normal character model as well. And as you can see, there's very little clipping to the actual models to themselves. As I said in one of my other videos, that clipping is the overall design of where layers of costume layers, when they overlap one another, it causes a minor glitch, and that they poke through, and then when they're not supposed to, and as a result, you get what is known as clipping. And so, yes, you get like things like, for example, let's say the necklace here and the tribal tooth, what I could assume is shark teeth, on the necklace itself. An example would be if one of those tooths started to poke through the fishnet, and that would actually be an example of clipping, because it's not meant to do that. It's supposed to rest on top of it, almost like a sticker. It's supposed to be applied in layers, not in what would be the best word? Textures, I guess it would be. I don't know, I'm not real familiar with certain terms, but I hope most of you understand the point I'm trying to convey and what I'm trying to get across here. But yes, very little clipping is actually seen here, which is really nice, which has shown that they've come a long way, actually, because I remember times when the character models were not that decent. But I guess that's the beauty of working with the Unreal Engine 4. You know, it's definitely something different and new, and certainly something one of the reasons why I'm just looking forward to City Science in general. But I know I say this in just about every video. But yes, I think that will be the end of this video. I'm sorry again, for not uploading a lot of videos as of this month, as well as giving a lot of updates in my discussions tab. But don't worry, I'm going to try to get more videos out in the coming months as well, especially given the fact that we're trying to gear towards the end of 2018 and hope for some sort of status update on what City of Titans has going for it going into the new year, 2019. And that feels very soon to be saying that, given the August month. But yeah, so I wish all of you a good evening, day, morning, night, depending on when you view this and where you're located. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. And remember to